Hey everybody. Okay, this is going to be my video about commodities. Okay, when I say commodities, what I mean is, okay, you remember back in the old days when people got food commodities, poor people and stuff like that? The government would issue them that. Well, this is my idea, okay. You know they're doing cutbacks on the food stamp / SNAP program now. They're getting it to where it's very, very hard for people to get any. And in some ways I can understand it. I can see both sides, but in other ways I can't, because it is really hurting poor people. And I know there's a lot of arguments on both sides. Some people think poor people don't deserve it, and they don't want to see their tax dollars go for that. And other people say, oh, how cruel, the poor are being messed over financially, because the whole system is set up to keep people poor at low wage jobs. And I don't want to get into the whole argument of it. It's very complicated, and I can kind of see both sides, but I mostly have to side with poor people because I've grown up poor most of my life. I'm poor now, but I just want to give some of my ideas. As far as them cutting it out, here's the thing. They're cutting the program. They're not giving people, the food stamps or whatever, but they are still collecting the tax. We're not getting refunded the tax. The taxpayers, us, that work our rear ends off just to survive, those taxes are still being taken out of our check. I would rather see those taxes go for the poor than to go for big business or whatever crazy programs the government's got going. So what I'm aggravated at is the fact that they're still collecting these taxes that were set aside for these programs, but since they've cut these programs, then they're using that money for something else, and that's not right. They're not refunding that money. We're not getting that money back. So here's my idea. Okay, since so many people are against the SNAP program, they're against giving poor people an EBT card or whatever to go purchase food, because number one, the issue is junk food. They don't think that proper nutritional food is being bought with this money. Another argument is there's an abuse of the money. People on drugs are selling the money for crack or whatever, or people can't stand to see poor people sell their money on their EBT card or whatever, for whatever reason. That's, neither here nor there. But, so this is my ideas for the program that I think might be somewhat of a solution. It's not foolproof. There still is a good chance that people are going to abuse it, but what can you do? This is just my solution for the taxpayers to still have their money go for what it's supposed to go for, which is food for the poor. That's the whole purpose of it, because we're not going to get the money back. Let's face it, the government is not going to refund us that money. So under my idea, this will be funded, of course, with our tax dollars, and also I think it'd be a good idea if it was funded through government bonds. This could start up a new thing into the governmental bonds thing, because there's still I guess the idea around that, with the deficit being so high and all this stuff, and there's kind of a push towards government bonds again. Well, if you make at least maybe a half or a quarter of the bond funds go for commodities for the poor, food for the poor, then I think that would be a good thing. So even though you would be going and purchasing a bond, a $25, $50, $100 bond, whatever it is, you will be doing good for whatever else the government is doing with the money, but also the fact that it would be funding for the poor. But you still would get whatever you're going to get out of it after so many years. It rolls over. You get you know, a high percentage. It's like an investment for you. Even if you don't like the idea of poor people benefiting, still, you know, it will be good for you because you'll get your return after so many years. So I think that would be a good thing. Okay, so I think that it could be, the government could set up a system for employing people to run manufacturing, farming, distribution, and all that stuff for a good portion of these commodities. Okay, let's see if I can explain this. Okay, a portion of the commodities can be produced by the government with the, you know, these new things that I just mentioned, manufacturing, distribution, all that stuff. The government itself can do that, and it can stamp these products as governmental products. So it wouldn't be so easy for people to sell it like openly, you know, because it would be marked as government stuff. Okay, but also split it up to where a good portion of the stuff is coming from the government itself, but then the other part can be in vouchers, to where people can still go to the supermarket and use their vouchers kind of like WIC and get the rest of what they need. Okay, that's pretty much how the system would be set up, and I think that it would be good. It would employ more people. There would be less unemployment and all that, because it would be giving people jobs. It would create new jobs, and that's something, let's face it, that's something that this country needs, is new jobs. Okay, so I think this would be a good idea. Okay, there would be no money given. It would just be all in food or vouchers for food strictly. Okay, and here's what I have written down. I've got like some notes here. And of course, it would be a solution for the SNAP crisis, or at least a possible solution. Let's see. And of course, it will make use of our tax dollars that would otherwise go, that would be taken and not returned to us. So we'd put them to use. It would employ people. Each person would receive a certain amount of food in vouchers per month. It would cut down on SNAP crime, I think. It won't stop it, but it will cut it down. Let's put it that way. It would help die down complaints of people buying junk food, because it's all going to be planned out. There is no real room for junk food, except for maybe a bag of sugar here and just a little bit of stuff there. So it's no big major sugar deal. Okay, so that hopefully will shut the people that are griping about that up. Okay, and here's the thing: if you're caught selling these commodities and vouchers, you will be suspended for 6 months. And then after that, if you're caught again, then they'll just take it from there and whatever. I mean, because this is just my ideas. This is how I would like to see the program ran. This, you know, this is not written in stone or whatever. It's just my ideas of how it could be ran. Okay. All right. If you test positive for drugs, you're cut off for 6 months. There you go. You know, because you don't want people that are on drugs benefiting and selling, because you know that's what they're going to do. They're not going to buy food. They're going to sell it for drugs. So that's my opinion on it. If you voluntarily quit your job, you will receive less. You won't be completely cut off, because here's the thing. Everybody knows that in this day and age, there is no perfect job. And there's going to be jobs where you're going to be mistreated. And everybody has the right to say, hey, you know what? Enough is enough. I do not have to take this. So I think you should be allowed at least a few times, maybe once or twice, of quitting a job within, say, like a 2-year time frame. And your punishment will be you will receive less for like a certain amount of time, maybe for like 6 months or whatever. You might just get like a quarter of what you would normally get with all this. So that's my opinion of it. I mean, people may disagree, that's fine, but that's just my opinion about it. That's how I feel about it. Okay, and seniors and babies will be given vitamin supplemental drinks. Like with babies, it would be like the electrolyte stuff, and of course with you know, the adults or seniors, whatever, they will be given like Boost and you know, Ensure, stuff like that. So here's the deal. Here's an idea. And of course, there will be like a center set up in each town or a county. I should say county, because that way it will cover different towns. You don't have to stick. The government wouldn't be having to undertake the task of sticking one of these centers in every town. They can just stick it in an agreed upon area within a county. Okay, so when you go to this center, you will be given. Now, this is just some thoughts and some ideas that I got, okay? This is just my theory, okay? And this is per month. This is what you will get a month's supply of. 2 boxes of commodity cheese that everybody has loved through the years. 2 boxes of powdered milk. 2 boxes of available sugar-free cereal of your choice. Whatever, you know, whatever's available, you can choose from, and you get 2 boxes of it. 2 boxes of oatmeal, or if you prefer, grits. So whatever you want to choose from that, you know, that they have available at the center, you get. 2 bottles of cooking oil, like regular size cooking oil. You'll get that. 2 boxes of mashed potatoes. 4 boxes of mixed freeze-dried vegetables. 1 box of 100 tea bags per month. You know, those boxes that have got 100 tea bags in them, you'll get 1 box of that. 2 cans of coffee, like regular size, or let's just say a big size can of coffee, because there's a lot of coffee drinkers out there, you know. And coffee's not bad for you if drinking in moderation. You know, it's actually good for you. So I don't see any harm in that. That can, you know, be a big help to some people. So you get 2 big cans of that a month. 4 cans of a big size fruit juice, or a bottle of fruit juice that's one of those big sized containers, let's say that. 2 cans of meat. You know, you've seen those pretty good sized thing of turkey or spurkey or whatever it is that they call it that people have made fun or whatever. You get like 2 cans of that. 4 slabs of vacuum sealed meat that, you know, you've seen them. People have sold them. They're in a vacuum pack. They don't have to be refrigerated necessarily. Unless you open it, then you would have to refrigerate it. I'm sure some of you out there know what I'm talking about. But you can have that. 4 boxes of mac and cheese. 4 packs of available beans of your choice. You know, your regular size packs. 4 bags of rice, regular size rice. 4 packs of vegetable spread that's, you know, like butter, that some people classify as butter, but it's actually vegetable spread. You get 4 packs of that. 4 bags of dried fruit, good size, regular size. 4 regular size bags of shelled nuts of your choice. Whatever's available, you can choose from. Get 4 bags. 2 bags of flour and 2 bags of cornmeal, and it regular size, and it's your choice as to whether you want self-rise or no rise. It's your choice, or plain, as I call it, plain flour, plain cornmeal, whatever. 1 can of cocoa powder. That way you can choose whether or not you want to add sugar and make yourself some chocolate milk or whatever, you know. But that's just kind of like a nice little savory item that can be added to it. 1 box of baking soda and 1 can of baking powder. 4 cans of available soup of your choice. Okay. All right. Now this could be like the vouchers, and it can go however the government wants to divide it up. I'm just giving like the total amount. 2 vouchers for 1 gallon of milk each. 4 vouchers for 4 quantities of each kind of fresh vegetable. And this is at the supermarket. You take these vouchers to the supermarket. Or you can have like a card, kind of like an EBT card, and everything's all set up, and you get like a list of what you're allowed to buy within a month's time or whatever, and it kind of keeps up with whatever, however the government wants to do it. Okay, but I'm just saying vouchers for now. Okay, 4 vouchers for 4 quantities of each kind of fresh fruit. I think I said vegetables before, fresh vegetables, and this would be fresh fruit. Okay, 4 vouchers for 4 bags of salad. Each voucher will give you a bag of salad. So like each week you get 1 bag of salad. Okay, 1 voucher for 1 bottle of mayonnaise. You get 1 regular size container of mayonnaise to do your month. 2 vouchers for ketchup because people use more ketchup. So you get like two bottles of ketchup in a month. 1 bottle of mustard. Let's see, 2 bottles of salad dressing, 2 boxes of raisins, just the regular little size of boxes of raisins, or what you'd call average size. 2 vouchers for 1 pound of ground beef per voucher. Like you get that, and would have to be, you'd have to spread the ground beef up over a month span, and you would get a total of 2 vouchers for 1 pound of ground beef, if that makes any sense. 2 vouchers for a bag of frozen chicken breasts. So each time you take a voucher, you just get 2 vouchers, and you have to make it last a month. But on each voucher, you get a bag of frozen chicken breast. 2 vouchers each for 4 quantities of yogurt. So each voucher, you take each voucher and you get 4 cups of yogurt from the grocery store. Let's see. Okay, 1 pack of sliced cheese for like to make sandwiches with. You'll get 6 cans of vegetables of your choice. 3 bottles of peanut butter within a month's time, 1 bag of sugar or a box of substitute sweetener, 1 bottle of pickles, 1 container of pickles, because a lot of people like pickles, your choice, sweet or sour, a 5-pound bag of potatoes. Let's see, you get 2 vouchers for like a bag of onions. Like each voucher will give you a 2-pound bag of onions. Okay, you get a box of sugar-free cereal, so that can add extra cereal that you're already going to get when you go to the center. You will get you will be able to buy an extra box of cereal. 2 boxes of crackers, 4 loaves of bread to use. So like usually a loaf of bread will last a person like a week, and this is per person now, an adult person. Okay, and then of course the seniors, they will get vouchers for say like 6 bottles of Boost or a supplemental drink per week. So that would be good. Okay, small children, they would just give vouchers. You wouldn't, when you go to the center, they just hand you vouchers that you get the child's stuff at the store. They would get like for a month's supply, a child would get 4 boxes of sugar-free cereal, 4 large cans or bottles of juice, 2 packs of sliced cheese, 4 boxes of graham crackers, 4 jars of available nut butter, whether it be peanut butter, almond, whatever's available at the store. You can get a total of 4 jars within a month's time. Okay, 4 gallons of milk, so like 1 gallon per week. 4 packs of fruit cups, 4 boxes of mashed potatoes, 4 vouchers for a 1-pound bag of fresh veggies. So you can go pick out about a pound of fresh veggies for your child each week. 2 loaves of bread of choice, because children, you know, with all the other stuff, you know, they're not going to use up a whole bunch of bread, you know. So about 2 loaves of bread within a month's time. Plus, you know, they'll get whatever you've got yourself. So 8 boxes of frozen kids meals. You can go to the freezer at the grocery store and pick out within a month's time 8 boxes of the kiddie meals. 2 jars of fruit jam. 8 cups of yogurt. 1 bottle of children's vitamins, because vitamins are very important for children. And 2 boxes of cereal bars. And for babies, it would be basically within a month's time, 4 gallons of milk, 80 jars of baby food, 4 boxes of baby cereal, 4 large cans or bottles of juice, and 10 bottles of Pedialyte or some kind of children's electrolyte drink. But that's basically what it would be about, is just, and of course a nutritionist would have to get involved and figure all this out. This is just my ideas, just being a regular person, just trying to think of what, you know, what would be good for a human being to eat and consume within a month's time. But again, these are just my ideas and my thoughts on it and what would be my solution to the problem. So, what do you guys think out there? Do you agree? Disagree? You know, so just give me your ideas. One thing I forgot, the eggs. You know, of course, I can't leave that out. And I know I've missed a lot of other things. And like I said, these are just my ideas, just what pops in my head initially, what I have wrote down. But I'm sure if the program was to ever get put in place, there would be more to it. Maybe different things or whatever. But in my plan, my hypothetical commodity plan, it would be people would be given 4 vouchers for 4 cartons of eggs, like medium size or whatever, and it would be like a month's supply, like 1 carton per week, which wouldn't be bad. But anyway, all right, so at least I got that part out of the way. And if I missed anything else, like I said, I guess too bad or whatever, because I mean, this is just my hypothetical solution or whatever. I'm just toying around with the idea. Also, I think I would call it, what was it I said? It could be Commodities to Feed Americans. So it'd be CFA, Commodities to Feed Americans. I think that would be like a good title for the new governmental commodity program. And there was something else I was going to say. Oh yeah, the age ranges. I didn't mention like the age ranges. Okay, to be considered adult, you would have to be between 18 and you know, on up. So starting from 18, you would get the adult commodities. From about ages 8 to 17, you would get you would get half of what the adult, like it would be split up, like whatever the adults get, you'd get like maybe half, or they would leave out some things, or maybe add a little bit more to other things for a child or teenager within that age range. And then from age 1 to 7 would be the children's commodity thing that I've mentioned prior. They would fit into that category. And then from 0 to up to a year, or shall I say 11 months, let's put it more appropriately, up to like 11 months, then the child would get the baby commodities or vouchers, whatever. But yeah, I mean, that's just some extra stuff that popped in my head that I realized I didn't mention in the initial video. But anyway, I hope everyone is doing well, and bye.